Hiya, Merry Christmas, welcome to the Christmas Armistice, and we're already 4 hours into our special Spice Girls amnesty. So that means if you've got any unwanted Spice Girl gifts, merchandise or a Spice Girl, bring them down to us and we'll burn them on this special big Spice fire.
That's right, I've got Leah here. What are you going to throw to the flames?
I'm going to throw these Chris, the CD and the Style.
Brilliant, OK. Now, why have you gone off the Spice Girls?
They've really misjudged their marketing strategies. They've exposed themselves with their sponsorship deals, and they should have held back on some of the promotional stuff until next year.
Yeah, I think that's a very good assessment. And who do you like now?
Courtney Pine.
Courtney Pine.
Well, a fickle lot, aren't they? OK, let's have a look at some things on the bonfire. We've had all sorts of things handed in. Key rings, CDs, obviously thousands of bags of crisps. We've had a whole load of pictures of the girls downloaded from the internet. Don't know what that's all about. Oh, Ginger Spice has just been handed in. There she is, Jerry. Now. OK, so let's torch a whole lot of them. 2, 1, go!
Welcome to the first of 2 Armistice specials this week, looking at the year just collapsed. The year in which 18 long years of blinkered government riding roughshod over democratic debate and peopled by law-breaking MPs finally started. The year in which New Labour hit the ground running and John Denver hit the ground flying. The year in which Louise Woodward resolved never to buy a Tamagotchi cyber pet. And a desperate William Hague flew to Massachusetts and got Judge Hilaire Zobel to reduce Labour's majority to 42. It was the year in which the whole world was moved by the sight of a simple carriage making its slow procession in sombre silence as the Mars Pathfinder mission crawled over the planet. And there were exciting signs that life could have existed on Mars millions of years ago. As you can see, there's a heavily ionised carbon compound deposit crystallised just there on the McDonald's carton at the bottom of the picture. And talking of stuff being blasted off the surface of the Earth, the IRA called another permanent ceasefire, applying the new metric definition of permanent, meaning 8 months. Sinn Féin were welcomed into the peace talks and turned up all over the telly, including on an edition of kids' programme Live and Kicking.
Welcome to the hot seats today. Let's go to the phones. We'll take a very quick call from line 4. Hello, line 4.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, what's your question?
Well, I have made my position and the position of Sinn Féin very clear. We have to allow for the fact that for the last 18 months the initiative lay with the British government. Why didn't those negotiations happen in the last 18 months?
That was a fantastically asked question.
Thank you.
Brilliant. Yes. Go ahead, guys.
I think the best thing to do is maybe to get in touch with the BAF, which is the British Athletics Federation.
Sounds like good advice to me. Does it to you?
Thank you.
Yeah, you're going to take them up on it?
Well, I think that the IRA is persuadable.
Good, thank you very much for your call.
Now, it was also the year in which Britain gave Hong Kong back to the Chinese, and the Chinese gave Chris Patten back to the Tories. And in a moving ceremony, Patten was taken out of service, decommissioned, and turned into a floating museum. And the year ended with accusations that Tony Blair was all soundbite and no substance, citing as an example one 15-minute soundbite that didn't contain any verbs.
Freedom, choice, opportunity, aspiration, ambition, stable economy, long-term investment, gas, electricity, telecommunications, public procurement, financial services, opportunity, responsibility, stolen. Cash for questions. Colleges, universities, libraries, violent crime, drug pushers, antisocial neighbours, hooligans, low-wage, low-skill, low-technology economy. Sleaze, cash for questions, lies, broken promises, bogus red tape, expensive bureaucracy, education, education, and education.
I picked up something from that fire outside. God.
Have a bit of this.
Oh, fruit's coming off.
Bit leathery, that.
Actually, it's quite nice, actually. It's true, it does actually taste like pork. Should have seen it when we snapped her wishbone. Now, if you've just tuned in, you're not watching Zombie Flesh Eaters. It's a review of the... It's a review of the year, and we've just burned ginger spice on a fire. Anyway, enough of that, because as of midnight tonight, it will, of course, be illegal to eat loudmouth on the bone. OK. Peter, David, did you chew anyone under the mistletoe?
Nobody at all.
Oh, no, I'd rather not talk. It was Granny's turn this year. I'd rather not talk about it. But well, I have been doing a survey on what the most popular gifts for Christmas were, and believe it or not, one of the most popular has been this, which is perfume for a man or for a woman. Ooh. For a man or for a woman. It's actually part of a range of products. You can get food for you or for your dog. There's this, which is cream for a rash or a scone.
Of course, videos were very popular this year, weren't they? You know, but it helps with videos to sell them if they contain previously unseen footage. That's why this went to the top of the charts. It's the Full Monty You Can See Their Cocks edition.
And of course, the big sellers this Christmas were the Tamagotchi cyber pets, but there were some really strange stories about them. For example, that girl who was arrested in Bolton when police raided her flat and found 10 dead Tamagotchis buried under her floorboards.
But actually, those Tamagotchis are actually, they're old news now. In Japan, there's a new thing. All the kids are really into it. It's going to be massive over here. We've got a bit of sneak preview. It's called A Baby on a Rope. There we are. Now, remember... How to lose an audience's sympathy easily. That's my daughter. Does that make it better or worse? I don't know. Now, kids, remember, if you do want one, they take a lot of care and attention. You have to feed it, change it, then as it grows bigger, you can watch it treat your house like a hotel.
Well, if you discipline them, David. Now, back onto gift ideas. We've discussed one video. The BBC brought out a video of its coverage of the general election, which was very popular. But I think the most popular gift version of the election was this. This is the election 97, the Tory cut. This puts their night in a good light, so it doesn't contain scenes previously shown on the night. But it does contain that great bit we all remember when Peter Lilly thanked the police. Do you remember that?
Great,
Absolutely marvellous. Of course, we can't talk about the election without looking at the moment that, for many of us, summed up that evening.
Portillo, 19,137. Twig, Stephen, Labour Party, 20,507. Portillo, 37.
I know we've got to be balanced and everything. So on one hand, you know, that was the best thing I've ever seen on television.
Yes.
What's the other hand, then?
I've got to have a think about that. No idea. On the other hand, he had very good posture, you know.
Yeah. I remember there was a lot of hope the next day because lots of people all over the country were saying, at long last, we have a government who will cut benefits for the disabled. Our memory of election night was, of course, of sitting in this very studio giving you the results because we did a live election night armistice on May the 1st. And we started by looking at what was perhaps one of the dirtiest campaigns since Jonathan Aitken protested his innocence. And it started with the Tories releasing footage which they claimed proved Labour were intending to put up taxes.
We do want to raise taxes.
Then the Tories released this footage which they claimed showed John Prescott out one night clearly looking for whores. The frightened Labour hid John Prescott from the voters by sending him canvassing on the moon.
So that was the campaign on screen. It got even messier in poster form.
But of course, nowhere was the election fought more fiercely than on the billboards. And in the last couple of weeks, it got a bit personal, as the Tories lashed out with Tony Blair too tiny to govern.
Now, Labour kept their cool. They continued to play it safe while trying to put across a positive, clear message with this: we are the Labour Party.
So what the Tories did, they cleverly questioned Blair's fitness to govern with this.
Now, Labour were clearly rattled, and they slipped up with this, the first ever poster gaffe. Look, we'll have to put up taxes. This was replaced instantly with this. Look, kittens.
They thought they'd got away with it, but the Tories smelt blood and returned to the key theme of Europe with their most controversial effort to date. Tony Blair, he'll kneel before any old helmet.
Labour played ultra safe after that with this poster.
But the Tories weren't giving up. A final salvo, they recalled their notorious demon eyes with this. Better the devil you know.
Tony Blair, he was so confident he was going to win all along. In fact, he was so cocky that the night before the election, he actually went out on a last night before being Prime Minister stag night. It's true, and we sent someone out to get some pictures. We've got them here. There he is in the pub with some friends of Peter Mandelson, knocking back the hooch. And who's that? Looks like Betty Boothroyd. It's a Betty Boothroydogram. There she is, swinging into action. Oh, there. He loves it when she's hard on him. There she goes. Order, Betty, please. He loves it. Oh, dear, things have got to be out of hand. He's thrown up the hooch in the back of a taxi now. Some spin doctors, they've tied him to a lamppost there. Look, there he is. Just a rosette to protect his party allegiance. It's very hairy, isn't he? Quite attractive. And there he ends up in a police cell, yes. And look, that's how confident he was. Number 10.
Of course, the most appalling thing about the whole election campaign is that the two party leaders didn't meet. The nearest they came to it was when we managed to get them together to take part in a staring contest in front of David Frost and a blinkometer.
In the words of Michael Caine, where would you like to begin? What is the basis of your denial of these charges? And is it true if this has been certified by the Moroccan government?
Now, it's been a year of great change, of great emotion. A remarkable year, sometimes tragic, sometimes exhilarating, but always very affecting. So we decided that the only way to do justice to this most incredible of years was to play Stars in Your Eyes of 97! And here they are, ordinary people with extraordinary dreams. So let's meet them. And here's our very first member of the public. What's your name?
My name's Kevin and I'm a plumber.
Great. And who from 97 are you going to be today, Kevin?
Well, David, tonight I'm going to be that bloke who was caught upside down in the hull of his boat for 4 days eating chocolate.
Fantastic. OK, all the best. Off you go, Kevin.
So, ladies and gentlemen, will you please welcome that bloke who was trapped upside down in the hull of his boat for 4 days eating chocolate!
Tony Boulevard! He won the nation's hearts by costing the Australian Navy £1 million to rescue him.
Next year, Tony's decided, thanks Tony, Tony's decided he's going to stay clear of boats. He plans to fly over the rim of Mount Vesuvius in a hang glider made out of ice.
There he goes.
That's a good idea, Tony.
He got halfway through a chocolate finger before he realised it was one of his own. OK, I'm with our next ordinary member of the public. What's your name?
Hi, I'm Shelley Matthews and I'm a teacher.
OK, and who from 97 are you going to be for us tonight?
Well, tonight, Armando, I'm going to be Anne Widdecombe.
Anne Widdecombe. OK, off you go and good luck. Right, put your hands together for Miss Anne Widdecombe. There she is. Anne Widdecombe, the people's star. Oh my God!
Stop us!
Whoa! Carried away, Anne.
Great, thank you.
There you are. Anne Widdecombe there, the people's spinster, who's seen for a moment human by attacking Michael Howard, but is still the one who shackled pregnant prisoners by the ankles in a desperate attempt to stop them giving birth to persistent young offenders.
OK, what's your name?
Lucy Simmons.
Lucy Simmons. And who are you going to be tonight?
Well, Peter, I'm going to be the former Hong Kong governor, Chris Patten.
Chris Patten. Very good, Lucy. Off you go. OK, please welcome former governor of Hong Kong, the next leader of the Conservative Party, or mayor of London. Either way, his talents cannot be wasted. Chris Patten!
James Bond, we don't know.
Come on. Next one breakfast presenter.
Let's hope
something. He did actually not want to give Hong Kong back to the Chinese, but then he got a final demand, one of those red things, and he thought, well, I better give it back. A little thing at the bottom saying, if you've already handed back a colony in the last 7 days, please ignore this demand.
Fantastic. OK, I'm with these three. Who are you going to be?
We're the staff of the H&I Tour Company in Sutton, and we're going to be the Louise Woodward trial.
We're behind you every step of the way. Off you go. Good luck. Please welcome them. Let's get you into position now. Yeah, you should be over there misadvising her.
Doesn't look like that.
That's it, that's what we remember. There we go. There she is, Louise Woodward. She just wanted to be the au pair of people's hearts.
Oh, look at her. She's innocent. You can tell from the side of her face. Look at her.
Oh.
And from her passport. And in fact, Judge Hiller-Zobel, he's going to be opening up the January sales here, where everything is going to be reduced to manslaughter.
OK, and if her appeal succeeds in March, she's going to take on Prince Nassim Hamid. Which is great, because he could do with a kicking. Off you go!
Hey.
Bye!
All right. And who are you?
I'm Graham Boyd and I work for the Forestry Commission.
All right, nice job. Good, well done. And who from 97 are you going to be tonight?
Tonight I'm going to be Neil in Christine Hamilton.
Oh! Sweet, ladies and gentlemen. OK, off you go. So, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome back the Hamiltons!
Fantastic. And the other side.
We were actually going to get the real Neil and Christine Hamilton, but they refused to be severed down the middle and stitched together, which is the only reason we wanted them. So there you go. There is something the Hamiltons won't do on telly.
So there they go, the corrupt, money-grabbing mercenaries of people's hearts.
Excellent, excellent. Now, finally now, who are you and who are you going to be?
I'm Sue Dickinson.
Yeah.
And tonight, I'm going to be Mohammed Al-Fayed.
Well, I can't see it myself, but prove us wrong. Off you go. OK, please welcome, ladies and gentlemen, Mohammed Al-Fayed. Amazing.
There we are.
There he is.
You have such an aura.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Oh, please.
Thanks very much.
Thank you. Let's hear Mohammed Al-Fayed. OK. So, ladies and gentlemen, it's all up to you tonight. You get the chance to choose your winner. The winner sings their songs live, so please use the voting apparatus attached to the end of your shoulder to register your vote for the Armistice Look-A-Bit-Alike personality of 1997. And if you want to take part at home, I'm afraid you can't. OK, so vote now, please. And the winner is the only one who can sing, Anne Widdecombe. Where is she? There she is. Well done, Anne.
Never thought I'd say this, but take it away, Anne Widdecombe.
Stupid girl. Can't believe you faked it. Can't believe you faked it.
Okay, thanks, Anne. Thanks, Anne, thanks. Thanks, Anne. Don't give up on the something of the day job. Now, of course, it's been a year of big news stories, what with Labour's win and the tragic success of the Teletubbies. And the BBC responded by launching its 24-hour news channel, so that at any time of the day or night you can see a long report you saw before in an earlier part of the day or night. And when the channel started, it was clear the same amount of effort went into broadcasting news at 3 o'clock in the morning as at peak viewing time.
Good morning. It's just coming up to 1:15. The headlines this morning. Tokyo's stock market has already fallen by more than 500 points, opening for the first time since the Yamaichi collapse.
I'm sorry, but the BBC, I don't mean to bite the hand that feeds me, but the BBC have lost it a bit at the moment. OK, perfect day, yes, that was a great success, but 3 times they showed it on Christmas Day.
God.
And I was just in the dressing room, and I was just flicking through the channels. Believe it or not, they have a 24-hour perfect day channel. The whole time. Now, you can imagine what barrels are being scraped there. Yes, there we are.
It's nice.
They stopped Arthur from EastEnders there. Oh, yes, it is.
Just a perfect day.
How can they sing so low? There he is, Arthur from EastEnders. They just thrust the camera in their face.
When it gets dark,
they've run out of singers, you can tell. And today, I mean, they can't get any musical people. That's Kirsty Wood. I mean, this is what is going on. That's someone from Blue Peter. 24 hours for this. That's Tony Arthur from Playaway. She's shopping. They've attacked her with a camera. Oh, please. Oh, the man's gone away.
I'm glad I spent it with you.
Well, there we are. 24 hours, perfect day. Actually, it's a multimedia effort. If you turn now, and this really is true, I'm not saying that isn't, but this really is true, turn now to CFAX, page 619, and you'll see perfect day, rolling perfect day. I promise you that. Sue me.
Don't do it now. Yeah, I mean, there were lots of channels were born this year. I mean, I suppose the biggest one was Granada Men and Motors. That was the Carlton Select Food Channel. And Channel 5.
People talk about the bad reception, and it's generally good, but I can't get a lot of the jokes on the comedy programmes.
Oh, dangerous stuff. Channel 5 is a sort of mood channel, isn't it? Because people sort of put it on but don't actually watch it. It's very much sort of in the background. I mean, people have it on in the background when they're doing other things, like reading the paper or... I mean, I have it on when I'm watching ITV.
I'll tell you something, actually, this is absolutely true, and you might have noticed this if you are 34 and as sad as me, is that if you...
there aren't many in that category.
There are, that's basically me and you. If you put Channel 5 on about 1 in the morning on a Thursday, I think it is, and then put ITV on, you can watch different episodes of Prisoner Cell Blockade at the same time. Which, the brilliant thing about this is you can flip between the two and make your own new episodes. Prisoner Cell Blockade. I got Vinegar Tits to have an argument with herself the other day.
I tell you, I've watched so much Prisoner Cell Block H, I'm now up to Prisoner Cell Block I.
Is that the next level?
Yeah.
I was thinking about that 24-hour news channel, because I've often thought the most boring job in the world must be the continuity announcer on that channel, because all they have to do all day is go, and now the news. And of course, with the multi-channel explosion came programmes for minority viewing interests, including the BBC's specially released Gay Pride and Prejudice.
In vain I have struggled. It will not do. My feelings will not be repressed. You must allow me to tell you how ardently I admire and love you. I'm preparing myself thus. I am fully aware that I will be going expressly against the wishes of my family, my friends, and I hardly need add my own better judgment. The relative situation of our families is such that any alliance between us must be regarded as a highly reprehensible connection. Indeed, as a rational man, I cannot regard it as such myself, but it cannot be helped. Almost from the earliest moments of our acquaintance, I have come to feel for you a passionate admiration and regard, which, despite all my struggles, objection, I beg you most fervently to relieve my suffering and consent to be my wife.
Come here, my child.
There you go. Now, on Thursday, Britain takes over the European presidency, and Labour will be marking it with the launch of their new single, European Finance Ministers Are Coming Home. So how are we going to prepare for these rabid European animals, hell-bent on destroying our way of life and introducing tougher anti-pollution measures? Well, we're ready. Under Whitehall, 40 feet below the ground, and notice I said feet, not grams, is a Euro bunker dedicated to preserving the British way of life. We showed everyone around it.
Now, at the moment of the Great Invasion, the great British banger here will be taken from its normal home, the crypt of Westminster Abbey, and then placed under 24-hour armed guard so no one can get at the crowned sausage.
Meanwhile, a single portion of fish and chips wrapped in newspaper the way it should be will be cryogenically preserved in liquid nitrogen and batter.
And a few cells from a bowler hat will be placed on a Petri dish so that scientists in the future can clone from it. And this is what one of them will look like after just 2 weeks. And they'll also be incubating Scout's eggs.
Over here, they've stocked up on tinned pounds. And if you're getting worried, don't. They may never get here. Britain's shores will be defended by a huge wall made out of illegal immigrants and asylum seekers. But in a nightmare scenario, if the Europeans manage to get down here, the government has piled up massive reserves of guts, upper lips, backbones and spunk.
Of course, we have got the ultimate British weapon here, which is being clumsy with a long plank.
But there isn't room for everyone down here. The rest of us will have to cope above ground with Europe's cleaner air and rivers where kingfishers don't make nests out of chemical foam. We'll be forced to kiss, have good sex, dress well and work reasonable hours. Now, the British people can get round this by following very careful drills. At the first sign of the Euro police, hide your cow in the attic. Then make like a European. So, here we have a typical jolly British pub. Now, as you can see, this sort of fun will be banned under Europe. So, let's try the drill. Quick! The Euro police are coming! Quick! Change!
Get closer, quick! Change the
hair up! Hair up! Cut the music! Change the music!
As much hair as you can on. Come on, quick, that's it. On your legs.
They're coming!
That's it.
Hair! Take it away! Under the arms! There you have it, a frightening vision of a Euro future. Is that what you want Leon Britton to do to your children? Stop him now.
Well, no doubt you're going through your Christmas presents wondering what to do with them. I got this for Christmas, Colin's 1998 diary. And I found, I was just flipping through the different things, like, you know, you find like feast days and various things or whatever. But if you go to March the 14th, you get Teletubbies Become Dull.
Tell me something about these Teletubbies, right? Yeah. You know they've got the old thing in there. Well, if they, like, after a hard day's Teletubbing, when they go home, yeah, and do they sit in their living room on a sofa and relax with a drink and watch a pile of stomach?
But it is interesting what you're saying about like just things come in and out of trends, and there is a sort of a feeling now that Oasis are beginning to peak, because this year Noel Gallagher said they were bigger than God, and then spoiled it by releasing an album that was actually duller than the Bible. And it was also the year, of course, where a tribute Oasis band finally admitted that they nick all their tunes from the bootleg Beatles. One thing it was a good year for was management culture. Because after the Tory bubble burst, William Hague took his team on a management training course where they learned to put on jumpers, and Blair appointed businessmen to his government to introduce Whitehall to modern methods of Freemasonry, kickbacks, and dying of a stress-induced heart attack at 55. Now, given that we had Eric Bristow in our studio, the king of darts, we launched a new approach to management. Eric, you know about darts.
Yep.
Yeah? But what do you know about running courses on management training and business strategies?
Nothing.
Nothing. All right. Well, by an amazing coincidence, neither do I. However, that didn't stop us devising and selling a management training course called On Target with Eric Bristow to a load of companies. Right? The course claimed you could learn a lot about teamwork from the game of darts. And what we did was we put all the interested companies in a room and found out for ourselves just what you can do to 6 respectable businessmen without them walking out asking for their money back or throwing a dart at you. Here we are.
On Target with Eric Bristow.
Well, I'm Eric Bristow, and darts is all about hitting the target, and really that's what today's all about.
We all know what it's like at work. You're at work and the phone's continually ringing, the photocopier's bust, all sorts of things can go on, and they make you lose sight of the target. So there's a target. You lose sight of the target. What Eric and Dave and I are here to do is perhaps try and make you realise what your targets are, and with the darts, help to look at our targets in business.
Module 1, engaging the competition.
Let's go on with Module 1. That's engaging the competition. So what we're going to do, we're going to play a little game, and I'm going to give you some targets here, put them on your back, give you 3 darts, and you're going to throw darts at each other. So you're going to move on to a little bit of space.
In many instances in this day and age, the target's on the front, not the back.
It's very difficult to actually throw one whilst worrying about my back. It seemed to paralyse me.
In business, you have to watch your back. You are a target as well. That's a very important thing.
Module 2, take flight.
I've got throw and aim and look. Okay? Now, in the world of darts, what order would those come in?
Don't you do the first 2 in that order together?
Don't think so. If you're looking at the whole thing. Then you decide where you're going to aim.
If you mean look at the dartboard first? Before you yeah. I suppose in that sense, yes.
Could I have a volunteer to look, aim and throw for us?
You're throwing for anything?
I want you to look and aim, but don't throw. OK, look and aim, but don't throw. Bernard. Dirty rat. Because bringing everything back to what we were saying before, you are also a target for somebody else in business, and you are also, in a way, a dartboard.
Module 3, changing the rules of darts.
Can you get me treble 19?
There it is, yes, right.
Willow! I put you off there.
Oh, yes.
In sport, that would be called cheating. But in business, sometimes changing the rules is the only way for us to succeed. Let's try something else. That's it up. Obviously, you've got no chance whatsoever.
What we need to do, we need to get the dart into this target. So how can we guarantee hitting the bullseye, but the dart has to stay here? How can we guarantee hitting the target? Anybody? Move the board. Exactly. That's the solution. What I'd like is 4 volunteers.
Yeah.
In a line, because you're all going to... What are you going to do? You're all going to throw the dart at the same time. We're going to, again, change the rules slightly. And because we're going to work in a team, we're going to use something different. And I think Eric's got something for us that we can use here. Here it is. So, if we can all sort of 2 on one side and 2 on the other, maybe. That's the way to do it. Left foot first. Bullseye. So, in conclusion, here's our 5-point plan for success. Develop your skills.
Be aware of the competition.
Realise your goals.
Take off.
Succeed. Spells. Darts.
OK, shall we have another Snoop camera visit?
Yes.
Yes. Right, I don't know if anyone remembers Douglas Hogg, but he was the popular and far-sighted Tory agricultural minister who mainly, everyone remembers, he used to go around in a very, very stupid hat. Now, nobody knew why he did this, but we found out. Now, we got some footage of him on the cameras there. Now, there he is, walking down Downing Street. There he is. Now, look at that idiotic hat. He walks into number 6 of some house, then shuts the door. There's the security footage, takes the hat off. Oh, my God! He was a balloon man. He lives in that hat now.
Now, as the year ends, there's no doubt our lives have been touched most movingly by the spin doctors, the political advisors who put the gloss on a politician's doo-doos. The spin doctors are the hype and the tripe, the gloss on the toss. On election night, we got 3 of the best of them into our studio and played Spin Olympics. Let's meet the 3 candidates who are going to spin to win.
Candidate number 1 is Harvey Thomas, ex-consultant director of presentation for Margaret Thatcher, 1986 to 1991. Candidate number 2 is Derek Draper, former chief advisor to Peter Mandelson. And finally, candidate number 3 is Tim Razzle, treasurer of the Liberal Democrats.
OK, now we're on to round number 1, which is called What My Colleague Meant to Say Was. It's a quick-fire gaff round where we flash a sequence of potential gaffes committed by prominent politicians during the campaign, and you've got to save their skin with a bit of spin. So, for example, if we flash this up to you, Cherry Blair, I will leave the country if Labour get in. You might say, well, what Cherry meant to say was, if Labour get in, the standard of living will be so high that I'll be able to afford longer holidays abroad. David, please, give us your first gaff.
Paddy Ashdown, I would vote Lib Dems, but it's a wasted vote.
But of course it won't be when proportional representation comes in, because then every vote will count.
Oh, nice one. Right, 2. Get 2 for that.
All right, then, let's go for this one. I'm going to tax the bollocks off every man.
Tony was speaking to the Women's Institute, and of course there was no one with any bollocks in the room, and so he meant no tax rises for anybody.
Oh, you're coming alone. Really terrific.
Yeah, with Derek. Michael Howard, I like Posh Spice best. She looks a bit dirty.
I'm blowing my whistle here, but I can't see what you've written up there.
You just think Michael Howard, I'll defend him whatever he says?
Yes. No, not at all.
I like Posh Spice best. She looks a bit dirty.
Well, actually, Michael Howard meant exactly what he said, because Posh Spice is actually a downwind curry restaurant in Peterborough where he was with Brian Mahwiney, and that's the exact words he used. The she? Yeah. That's the waitress.
Very good.
Very good. He gets it.
Brilliant, but
they're
surreal.
good at this job, aren't they?
Right, next one. This one then. Michael Meacher, Harriet Harman, bad egg, nice arse.
Go on.
Oh yeah, Derek.
He meant to say bad ass, nice egg.
Okay. Michael Portillo, of course I'm pissed.
What actually he was speaking after the election, and what he actually said was, of course I missed.
Ah.
Yeah, better, but still not worth a point. Okay, here we go. This is a good one. David Blunkett, I hate Muslims.
What David Blunkett actually said was not that he hated Muslims per se, but he hated the stereotyping and labelling that people in the media, unfortunately on tonight's occasion, your programme included, often use in a way that's quite denigrating to the ethnic minorities. So please stop.
I think you've got that.
You were brilliant and you put us in our place. There's no democracy on this show. Derek is the winner. Move on to
Okay, right, Derek, we're going to take you through to the final round then. This round is called We Have a Very Firm Position on That. Basically, you'll be asked to change tack mid-sentence on a policy we give you, randomly generated by our policy tombola. Let's just show you how this policy tombola works. It's full of the sort of words that crop up in policies from all the parties: slash, lock up, increase, privatise. So what we'll do is we'll generate a policy on the policy tombola, and then what you'll have to do is you'll have to speak on that policy until the klaxon goes. And while you're speaking, the spinning wheel of spin will be spun by spinning Jenny Powell. We'll start you off on talking that policy up. We'll then spin the wheel as you're talking, and each time it rests on another mode, like sound tough, in effect, say nothing, you'll have to switch to that mode, but without pausing for breath, all right? So, first of all, let's come up with a policy. We would like to.
We would like to.
Nationalise.
We would like to nationalise
Europe. We would All right. OK, talk it up, all right, starting from now.
Right, well, it's a far-reaching policy, of course, because what it means is that each of the nations of Europe themselves will actually be improved under this new system. And if they don't like that, then they'll have to put up with it, because Tony Blair will be laying down the law on that and various other things. Though, of course, by nationalise, we could also imply that each nation will still have control over its own affairs.
Go
negative. Europe will not be at all, as the Conservatives have demonstrated in this election, have not got a clue what to say about Europe.
That's what he's been doing.
Of course, with nationalisation or privatisation, you could equally imply that a new public-private partnership is what's required with the best of old and the best of new. Although, of course, this has to be taken into account.
That is all three of you are masters of spin. but congratulations, you have won our star prize, which is this beautiful set of natural law yogic flyers.
Beef, perhaps the scariest flesh in Europe after the touch of an old Spaniard. As Britain's beef is still banned on the flimsy pretext that it causes Germans to get Creutzfeldt-Jakob's disease, and new evidence emerges that British farmers in the 80s forced cows to eat their own arses 3 times a day until the cows' backs hit the ground, the Department of Agriculture has been forced to hit back. Now, they've formed themselves into a boy band called Topside, and their single promoting British beef got its first airing on our show. We're going to leave you with that. There's more from us this Friday in the Party Bucket. See you then, and goodbye.
Right.
Topside. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas.
I don't care what they think about me, and I don't care what they say. I don't care what they think if you're leaving. I'm gonna beg you to stay. I don't care if they start to avoid me. I don't care what they do. I don't care about anything else. Being with you. I want you to stay. We told you so. They tell me you love me and then let me go. One thing I know for sure is really, really, never felt before the way you make me feel, make me I don't care what they say.